Hello, today is June 22nd, 2019. Hope you're well. This is probably going to be a short one, hopefully. Feeling a bit under the weather, but wanted to do this one, something that came to me yesterday, and I was like, whoa, okay, let's do this. It has to do with the idea of light and dark, and how sometimes we have used those terms to describe certain traits or characteristics in people. And ordinarily, we say, okay, light represents good and dark represents evil. And that was that. Just very, just kind of one or the other. If it's dark, it's bad, it's evil, it's not good. But this is the idea that came yesterday, is that why do we turn a light on? Why is there a light? First of all, well, to see, right? To discover something, to reveal something that you cannot see in the dark. And so that was the thought that came, is that perhaps, we're not going to make any blanket statements here, but perhaps the idea of darkness has more to do with things not being revealed or uncovered, exposed, understood, or seen than just innately being bad or evil. Because even when you think about, if you're a Christian, say, and you think about some of those verses that talk about light, when the man called Jesus spoke of himself after becoming Christed as being a light. And how other verses in the New Testament talk about, light revealing the darkness, what is in the darkness rather, and exposing the truth. Then we kind of come at it from that perspective of things that, and there are plenty of verses also that you can probably recall, having to do with light and darkness in that way. But when you think about it, things that want to be hidden are not necessarily bad things, but maybe things of which we're not proud, things that we would not like to be revealed according to our own estimation of the thing. If I believe that this trait that I have is really not a good thing, on some level, if I feel that way, then maybe that's something I would want to keep hidden or in the dark. If there's information about whatever, any information that I don't want to become knowledge, public knowledge at all, I want to keep it in the dark. And I want light to expose it because of the effects that's going to have. But we can see how that it comes back to my own idea about the thing. Now, it's true that there are things that are not good things, we're not even going to go there. We're not even going to go there. We're just going to stay on this level. Okay. We will just make the statement that yes, hurting yourself or another person, hurting the planet, hurting other life forms on the planet, that's wrong. That is bad. Okay? To purposely set out to cause harm or suffering to another, that is wrong. Okay? So, but we're not talking about those things right now. Okay? I'm not saying, okay, I went and I killed a man and I'm trying to keep it hidden because I feel that it's a bad thing, but it's not necessarily a bad thing on its own. That's not what we're saying. Just talking about any event that doesn't have to fall under that category. So hopefully that makes sense there. And so like we said at the outset, I'm so sorry. We're speaking on things that, for whatever reason, don't want to be exposed. And that's just the thought. That's the only thought that came. That because of our upbringing and because of our current environment and the company that we keep and everything that we take in, we form belief systems. We form these ideas that we believe in, and kind of pigeonhole ourselves into these corners of hiding because of all of these ideas that we've built up, and we have these belief systems telling us that these things about ourselves are not acceptable. They're things to feel guilty and ashamed and embarrassed over. Maybe the people that we know, and we don't even know what these people are doing in their own private lives, but out in the street, out in public rather, these people that we run with are saying, oh, this is wrong, this is bad, this is right, this is good, blah, blah, blah. And then we look at ourselves and say, ooh, I don't measure up. I better keep this and that under wraps. Can't let that be exposed. Can't let the light of day shine on this part of my personality or whatever. And that part of your personality is neutral, but it's the estimation of people that makes it so. That makes it good or bad, right or wrong. And then, as we start to grow, light begins to shine on those things for us to dig up, to unearth, and to release, because they weigh us down. And sometimes we resist that because we still have these deep-rooted ideas that something is wrong or bad about ourselves. So, that's where it gets challenging for us, because we can't just sweep things under the rug anymore. That's the way it's been for a long time. It's like, as long as you're going to church and doing the things and da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and you say you believe the dogma, you're doing all the outer stuff. Well, guess what? We're past that now. Now it's real. Now it doesn't matter what other people are seeing or what we're telling our conscious mind about ourselves. It's about really, really shining light on all of it, and that could be scary because, like we said, we may have deep-rooted ideas about some of these things. And I just as a side point, we want to say, for those of us who were raised under certain religious tradition, we were inculcated ideas that, for the most part, were human interpretation of things and not necessarily our truth. But when it's been shoved down your throat for years and decades, we take it on. But at the very outset, it wasn't our truth. Maybe it was the truth for someone. But when you throw people together, when you gather bunches of people together and say, okay, here, I'm going to make this one statement, and it applies to every last one of you. Maybe not. And so maybe we've got some ideas that some part of us is bad because our religious leaders have told us it's bad. And all along, it was just somebody else's ideas that were put on us. So anyway, those are just some thoughts about darkness and, like I said, that came yesterday. So hopefully this has been helpful to someone out there. And maybe there'll be another part to this, but like I say, I'm feeling a bit under the weather today, so I'm just going to keep it short. So as always, we want to wish you much love. Thank you. Bye.